Hello, and welcome to today's ADHD Awareness Month live on LinkedIn. I'm Stephanie, founder of the ADHD Advocate, and we also have...
I am Eleni. I'm from the ADHD Advocate as well, from New York. Thank you for joining us.
Nice to see you. So this week we are talking about ADHD in the context of academic success. So the first day, Monday, we talked about interdependence, not independence, and that being the goal for ADHDers as put forward by Dr. Ed Hallowell, guru in, well, not actually a guru, a very respected clinician.
Well known.
Well known, with all the certifications that are needed. But in his book, ADHD 2.0, and we are all very much about pushing that principle forward during ADHD Awareness Month. Tuesday, we had yesterday, Eleni spoke about academic success.
Yes, we did, in the context of both high school, supporting your child, getting them ready for academic success, what that looked like in high school, and also for university. And I spoke also about the 6 steps that we've recognized as part of our academic success program, which starts this Sunday.
Yeah, time is marching on very quickly.
Indeed.
Yes, particularly for us ADHD time blind people. But today we are going to be talking about parenting and how our parenting impacts on our children with ADHD and obviously their prospects of academic success, because it is not an easy gig when you're a parent with ADHD and you have children with ADHD and they're having to kick these pretty enormous academic goals, like in the UK at least, GCSEs, A levels, and then at university, getting their degree. There's so many reasons why it's such a difficult thing for ADHDers. Isn't that right, Eleni?
100%, Stephanie. Yes, and in parents that we've coached, we often see that they've recognized ADHD, their own ADHD symptoms, once their child has become diagnosed. So then I think it becomes a little clearer, sort of what to recognize, and then we can help support both to really give some concrete strategies on how to help them be more successful. But in our experience, it really helps to begin by becoming ADHD educated. And we can help with that in a couple of ways. We have an online ADHD parent education course, which is 4 modules and does a really effective job, we believe, in helping parents get clear on what they're seeing. And it's going to look different, of course, across families. ADHD is unique, but with that said, it can certainly help you recognize what symptoms you might be seeing a lot of, and maybe when they tend to make themselves known.
Yeah, we talk a lot about the importance of being able to look through the ADHD lens. And it's vital when you're a parent with ADHD. We know this both personally as parents with ADHD, of children with ADHD, and also, at least in my case, ADHD and autism, which brings other challenges that can lead to school refusal, for instance. There's just a lot more for ADHDers with ADHD, with autism, many more kind of triggers and things and barriers that get in the way, that very much emotionally dysregulate. Because that's what we've found. We're not just talking about hyperactivity and impulsivity and what's the other one? Inattentiveness, distractibility. Something that the DSM-5 misses, which there's a lot of talk about, and which I'm sure hopefully the next version will include, is the emotional dysregulation aspect, which for our kids with ADHD in particular, this is really the main barrier to learning, to academic success, from what we've seen. Is that right?
Absolutely, Stephanie. Everything that goes along with that rejection sensitivity dysphoria that we do talk quite a lot about, all of the emotional dysregulation that can be triggered by either an event or a perception, that is something we really recognize people unfamiliar with ADHD just don't fully grasp or appreciate. But yes, you can see what we found with coaching teens with ADHD and their biggest challenges of what they include. I'd also like to touch on executive function and working memory, because these are huge aspects that we see on the road to academic success. And students with ADHD are still enormously successful, but it's sort of recognizing that these learning differences can make things just that, different or maybe a bit more challenging to sort of grapple with or get your head around. And that's where we come in, and we can help kind of alleviate some of the challenges around the executive function dysfunction, which we see sometimes in our clients.
Yeah. And the first thing, though, as we keep reiterating, that ADHD lens, because the narrative that we come up against with ADHD is particularly the kids with ADHD, because they don't understand their ADHD. They can't look at themselves with that ADHD lens. So, you know, together with the negative messaging from their teachers and probably from parents, right?
Yeah.
It can be very frustrating sometimes to deal with our ADHD children, but they're hearing that they're being selfish or lazy or reckless, disruptive, you know, daydreamers, why aren't you listening? Or you just want to do what you want to do, that type of messaging. And, you know, also the big one where they do feel a lot of the time that they're incapable or stupid, because it takes them maybe longer to get their head around, you know, a subject or a concept, or particularly it might be a subject they're not authentically interested in. So obviously their brain is just not going to engage because of the ADHD, but they don't know that. So this narrative that they're carrying, it's getting reinforced by others that don't have the ADHD lens, teachers and parents. And so, you know, there's not, you know, it's not really going to set them up to succeed. So what we're all about here at the ADHD Advocate and the ADHD Academy, we really need to right that wrong, right? You know, when you know better, you do better. Isn't that, well, apart from ADHD, is that do get in their way. And that's why we are also understanding of the need for the body double strategy to help keep ADHDers out of their own way to do what they need.
Exactly. And as parents too, we've recognized that we are not very effective to be part of that body double strategy. We need to be parents first, and to recognize, looking through that ADHD lens, what our child needs, but the accountability part, the academic success part, that is not really, that's a very blurry line, because we as parents need to stay parents and champion what our children need. The accountability part, that's going to come through other ways, either through coaching or through learning strategies that the child is going to need to take with them. And they will, because the weak executive functioning and the working memory, these are things we know around academic success, what can be effective: repetition, strategies, lists, familiar things that students can fall back on, so it frees up their brain to take in more of what they're seeing.
Yeah, so we've come up with academic success programs, both for university students and also high school students. And our university success program actually commences on Sunday, and we'll send you a link so that you can sign up if you'd like your child to get some support. Now, we had a taster session yesterday for university students. It was a study hall taster, but we did a bit more than that. We actually did a little bit of group coaching, which was very interesting in terms of what came up, the kind of difficulties that the student was having. Basically, for this one was a university student, just had failed the first year. So, you know, second year, very proactive, commended this particular student on their ability to get that support, knowing that, you know, even though our RSD makes us feel as if we can't ask for help, right? Because we don't want to look as if we're deficient. You know, he was able to overcome that by himself in order to come up to us to ask for support. And it was really, really helpful for him to understand about how his RSD was getting in the way, how his people-pleasing tendencies meant that he wasn't setting boundaries, how that was affecting his relationships, which would often then, you know, cause disruption to his studies because he couldn't concentrate due to being emotionally dysregulated. Also, he got an appreciation of how his executive function skills were being adversely impacted by his ADHD. And the study hall showed him, like in real time, he's finally able to like get started on this essay that he was putting off for ages. And just literally in like 10 minutes, he was able to get something out and in real time, send it to his tutor in that session. I didn't let him go until he'd done that. And that's what we do, right? And we do that for you parents. You're not the evil ones. And actually, we're not the evil ones either. They don't see us as evil because they know we're on their side and we're all doing it together. And when they're with other ADHDers, they're kind of part of a team and they want to help everyone be motivated and do the thing that they're putting off. And they walk away from that session feeling not just that they've done something for themselves and moved themselves forward, but they've contributed to the success of their peers as well. And there's nothing more motivating to an ADHD than feeling like they've made a difference. So it is a win-win for everyone, including parents that then don't have to nag. Yes.
That's right. Well said, Stephanie. And from our taster session last week, one student remarked that they thought that what they were meant to be working on would have taken ages. And in fact, they got it done in a very short time, as you also said from yesterday. So getting that clarity around what is involved with starting and finishing a task, because that's something we ADHDers often run from, right? If it's not something that we can easily get done or it seems very daunting, we just tend to push it aside. And these study halls really help alleviate that.
Yeah. It's not easy. It isn't easy when you've got ADHD to keep on track, to overcome those executive function difficulties. But yeah, it's very satisfying for us as coaches during these study halls in particular, to be able to have impact straight away, to be able to see, to literally these students, they leave, the anxiety, the overwhelm is reduced like massively. They feel more motivated. They've made that start, because starting is one of the most difficult things we've found for our ADHD students in particular. So just something as simple as dialing in, right? And just a matter of minutes, 5, 10 even, what they're able to do that they've been putting off for months even. So it's definitely worth, if you are finding that your child is having trouble at university in particular for the moment, get them to sign up. We'll send you the link. And for high school students, unfortunately, you have to wait till January, but we are going to be exhibiting at the TES SEN show Friday and Saturday this week. We're stand 243, and we're going to be doing a talk actually on the Saturday at 1 p.m. About ADHD coaching, in particular, how it helps students with ADHD, and we'll be talking a bit about the program there. But do come and visit us if you've got any questions about. I think Eleni, I don't think we'll be making the trip from
sadly,
New York.
not this time, but we will see you in Baltimore at the CHAD show. So please do look out for us there.
Yeah, so it's exciting. We really look forward to seeing you, and we'll put the link to our academic success program, but also our parent education online course that can be purchased separately. But if you do sign up your child to the academic success program, you get that course included, as well as access to our monthly group coaching second cup sessions.
That's right. That's right. This isn't a journey that you're expected nor meant to be on alone. It's very much a community of support for parents and for students, and we are here to help you with both.
Yeah, like really, again, lean into interdependence. Okay, this is not an easy gig. We know it for ourselves. It was World Mental Health Day yesterday, and let's face it, when we don't get the support that we need as ADHDers, our mental health takes a massive beating. It really does. And it's interesting. A lot of our people that we coach, they're very surprised actually when they go into ADHD coaching to see that their mental health massively improves. So the anxiety reduces, the overwhelm, the rumination, because it's not really well known that ADHD coaching has that benefit as well. So yeah, come and find out for yourself. If you don't come and visit us or enroll into the program, do maybe book a free intro call with one of our coaches if you prefer more of the one-to-one approach. But whichever way, we can support you in some way. Do not do it alone. Do not advise. Well, personally, and professionally, I don't advise it. It's tough. It's tough, right? And you deserve the best support possible, because if you can't do it for you, do it for your kid. Honestly, reframe if it means you're going to do it. So we're here for you, and we look forward to hopefully supporting you.
Yes.
See you later.
Bye-bye.